Hi, RCN families. It's Miss Sarah here, and the next activity that I'm going to go over is writing practice using letter links. So you all received a page protector in your learning bags and your child's letter link. Will probably look something like this. And then also the sign-in sheets that your child would do in their classrooms. So they have their friends' names and their names. So writing activities are a part of your child's daily routines at RCN. So when your child would walk in, the first thing that your child would probably be asked to do would be find their name and sign in for the day and show that they're here at school. Another time they would write would be to sign their artwork or to sign a picture during small group time. Or also during work time. Classrooms have journals provided for children so that they can pull it out and draw pictures of what their friends are doing during work time or make a shopping list. So we try to encourage writing as kind of, open and fun and kind of interactive, so children kind of get more comfortable with it and don't feel like we're pressuring them to, they have to write their names or, it has to be perfect. That's not the thing at all. Writing comes developmentally with the child of where they're at. So they might not be in the stage where it's appropriate for them to be writing their name fully. Or they might just be scribbling and they consider that signing in or writing their name. And that's the stage they're at and it's okay. So I'm just going to kind of model for you how, I might do this activity at school or how you might do it with your child at home. So you'd put the page in the page protector. You can either do the class sign-in sheet or just their name, the name sheet. And so you have dry erase markers. You should have a blue one and a black one. And it's really important to teach your kids at home to have that practice of taking the marker cap off, putting it up there, putting it to the side, but making sure they close it when they're done and they hear it click. Because a lot of the time kids will think they put the cap on and it's not on. It falls off and the marker dries out and it's no good. So that's always my tip for kids. Make sure you hear it click. So writing practice is good for, fine motor work and working on the tripod grasp. So the thumb and the two fingers, making sure they're, holding it the right way. But some kids might be in a stage where they're still, holding it with their fist and, doing their letters or, scribbling. And that's okay. It takes work. It takes training. Kind of, if you have an easel at home or you have a wall at home and you want to kind of train them to get in that the right position to write, then you might want to put the paper on the wall and, use your best judgment. But if it kind of trains them to go into that position of, elbow, arm, and they're writing up and down. And I think another trick is getting, pencil grips or a clothespin or having them hold like a piece of paper or something, holding a ball up and holding it in their two fingers, doing that, and then writing. So I'm going to try doing that while I do the activity. So you're also going to need a wipe or a wet cloth or like a little napkin just to dry it off. So you'll notice your child maybe at different stages of writing or different, different points of writing their name. So they're going to hopefully start, right left from right and write their letters. You might notice when they're writing different things, the lines they're making, or if they're, doing their letters backwards or upside down. So I just did it kind of one way. But you may notice that your child is doing, the letter A backwards. And that's okay. They can be at that stage where they're flipping letters and they don't really realize it. But it's more, the writing experience is more about drawing their attention to what they're doing. Like, I see that you wrote your name with some straight lines and some curved lines. Or I noticed that you've been working on the letter M and you wrote it this time. You did it. You're working really hard on writing. And I can tell, you must feel proud that, you must feel proud that you're writing your name and look at you go, and showing progress with the kids and kind of praising them for it, but also having them feel accomplished is a great way, because some kids might be the stage where I'll go back to it, where they're just doing a line and they say that's their name and their signature. That's okay. Just saying, look, you signed your name in. You wrote your name. That's awesome. Let's do that again. And it still kind of gives that accomplishment. Praising them, telling them, they're doing what they can do, and they're gonna get to the level where they can write the letters and put all the letters together and do the line and the different curves. And it's just about kind of drawing attention to what you notice and not really pressuring them, like, do it again, like that letter is wrong. And it's more just like you can even model with them or do hand over hand where you're holding, and guiding. And so they get the feel of what that letter feels like to write that letter. And it's all about reading your child. So if you see your child getting frustrated and upset because they haven't written their full name yet, or they're, struggling with a certain letter, it's okay to take a break and come back to it. And, say, we did enough work today. Let's come back to it and do it again another day. And just little steps, step by step. And if your child has mastered their first name, get another piece of paper and write their last name and have them copy it as best as they can underneath it. And they can keep doing it over and over on that sheet and wipe it off. Or if they're ready and they've mastered their first and last name or their first name, and they really want to learn how to write other people's names, and their best friend is in their class and they say, I want to write Calix's name, and so let's work on that. So they can work on the sign-in sheets and work on their friends' names, and they're getting that letter identification and that writing practice, and they're doing different letters that aren't necessarily their name, and you can even have different conversations like, ooh, let's see whose name is the longest, who's the shortest, and count the letters in their name. So I hope you have fun, and you can change it up and also do extensions like writing shopping lists at home before you go to the store, writing down phone numbers, important information, and I hope this helps with your writing skills with your child, and enjoy. Bye.